scientists in Spain have made an exciting discovery: a 50,000-year-old human ancestor who ate pine nuts and shellfish. This finding challenges the idea that early humans ate only meat. Recent research shows that our Stone Age ancestors ate a wide variety of foods, adapting to different places and weather conditions. This video will explore evidence suggesting that our Stone Age ancestors' eating habits were far from what we previously thought, and discuss whether the Paleo diet aligns with our reality. Stay to find out what answers lie in this primitive diet that could revolutionize your health habits. Our early human predecessors, during the Paleolithic period, around 2.5 million to 10,000 years ago, foraged the earth for sustenance as hunter-gatherers. Recent archaeological discoveries are revealing intriguing evidence about ancient peoples' diets tailored to their terrain and environment. Earlier beliefs about our carnivorous ancestors simply pursuing flesh have strongly been challenged by the stone tools unearthed in Italy, Russia, and the Czech Republic, going back to 30,000 years ago. These reveal signs of processing plants, seeds, nuts, and subterranean tubers, a broad array of healthful natural foods. Residue analysis has uncovered remains of starches and phytoliths, such as grains, starchy root vegetables, and fruits. This formed a range of carb-heavy diets. Discoveries in Israel's Quesem Cave also reveal ancestors roasting and eating wild oats and barley as early as 420,000 years ago. It appears grains and carbs have likely been crucial fuels for the human diet throughout our basic existence. Meat eating initially originated some 2.6 million years ago, when early humans evolving tool technology permitted slicing flesh off animal bones. Curiously, evidence of seafood intake goes back only 1.95 million years ago, to when cultures subsisted on mollusks, turtles, and fish along the ocean. Besides meat and fish, early evidence in Africa reveals ancestors also ingested berries, fruits, seeds, nuts, honey, and subterranean tubers. Neanderthals in Europe demonstrated much greater diversity in their diet, including figs, pistachios, pine nuts, mushrooms, oats, and medicinal herbs. So rather than solely carnivorous diets, our early ancestors appear to have enjoyed numerous nutritious meals from both the animal and plant realms. The thought of removing whole food categories was likely strange to their existence. Therefore, did our Paleolithic ancestors thrive on a diet unlike the meat-heavy Paleo plan? New research suggests they may have eaten a more balanced mix of animal foods and starchy plants. During the early Paleolithic age, meat likely dominated their diets, more simply due to the limits of food manufacturing capabilities. Hunting bigger animals and fishing permitted them to maintain the high energy needs of their busy hunter-gatherer lifestyles. During the later Mesolithic era, around 10,000 to 5,000 BC, developments in equipment for fishing and preparing plants expanded the availability of non-meat food dramatically. Spears, fishhooks, traps, and grinding stones permitted digesting smaller animals and carbohydrate-rich tubers more effectively. Evidence reveals meat from large animals dropped, while smaller game, fish, and foraged plant items formed a higher share of diets. Rather than high-protein meat-orientated diets, a combination of animal foods and starchy plant carbohydrates likely fueled them, suggesting they may have eaten a more balanced mix of both animal foods and starchy plants. Some supporters of the Paleolithic diet encourage avoiding all grains, legumes, dairy, and processed foods. Their healthy natural diets correspond better with general ideas of consuming unprocessed, less refined foods than excessively processed contemporary items, but stringent limitations on whole food categories go against the balanced variety that maintains them. The sheer amount of processed sugars, refined vegetable oils, and chemical additives in current junk meals would indeed be entirely strange to our Paleolithic predecessors. Combined with our excessively sedentary contemporary lives, this produces an inflammatory formula leading to growing obesity and chronic lifestyle illnesses. Perhaps components of historical dietary practices do resonate with current nutritional counsel. Choosing nutritional fruits, vegetables, nuts, and ethically raised meats might help many today. However, rigidly adopting restricted short-term diets is problematic for most individuals long-term. Rather than simply following claimed ancestral diets, adopting insights from our primitive history to improve our present nutritional balance seems more practical. Our prehistoric predecessors exercised all day collecting food merely to exist, so their dietary choices fit well with very active lives, unlike most people today. Insights from our ancestral feeding habits can give us useful advice, like picking unprocessed, healthy meals from nature wherever feasible for best health and vitality. On the other hand, setting unreasonable constraints when choosing which foods to consume might backfire for contemporary folks lacking hunter-gatherer activity levels. Also, if you're intrigued or curious about learning about our ancestors' lifestyle, do subscribe to watch our weekly videos. The Paleolithic cuisine, also known as the caveman diet, Stone Age diet, or hunter-gatherer diet, refers to the estimated food eaten by early humans during the Paleolithic epoch, around 2 million years ago. This consists largely of things that could be hunted, caught, or collected, such as meat, fish, eggs, vegetables, fruits, seeds, nuts, and tubers. This leaves us wondering how our ancestors' diet contrasts with our present-day meals. Could we be eating better or worse? Present-day modern diets have radically altered in the last 10,000 years since the introduction of agriculture. The introduction of cereal grains, dairy products, refined sugars, processed oils, and fatty meats have dramatically impacted current nutritional consumption. The size, diversity, and hyperpalatability of present-day meals contrast greatly with prehistoric diets. Evaluating whether we eat better today than our Paleolithic predecessors is a complicated issue with arguments both for and against. On the one hand, Paleolithic meals were rich in vitamins, minerals, fiber, and healthy fats while being low in salt and carbs. The food fit nicely with their energetic hunter-gatherer lives. However, the fear of famine, food shortages, and parasitic illnesses was a grim reality. In general, our communities now have consistent, secure food supply without the threat of starvation. But the availability of manufactured easy meals, heavy in salt, sugar, and harmful fats, presents an altogether other hazard. Current lifestyle illnesses, including obesity, heart disease, and diabetes, have reached epidemic proportions, partly driven by poor eating. So why not go full Paleolithic if it features nutritional fruits, vegetables, nuts, and wild animal meats? Rigorously adopting a Paleolithic-type diet nowadays might offer certain nutritional hazards. The complete exclusion of entire grains, legumes, and dairy products removes numerous important nutrients. A balanced strategy, combining ancient dietary knowledge with contemporary alternatives, is likely healthier for most individuals today. Moderation of certain items instead of absolute exclusion is often suggested. This permits appreciating the range and richness of current alternatives without the hazards of overindulgence. A balanced diet, matching the amount and quality of meals with exercise levels, appears optimal. Eating a mix of entire meals from all main categories, including fresh fruit and vegetables, proteins and healthy fats, in suitable qualities adjusted to individual requirements, fosters overall wellness. This permits profiting from agricultural advancements without suffering from unforeseen effects like vitamin deficits, which might occur on a rigorous paleo diet. Combining the most beneficial features of traditional diets with contemporary nutritional understanding in a flexible, balanced approach is a smart middle ground. The Paleolithic diet is an attempt at imitating the alleged eating patterns of our early human ancestors prior to agricultural and industrial advances. Advocates of the paleo diet say that by ingesting wild vegetables, meat, fish, eggs, and nuts like the paleo people did, we argue that this lifestyle consists of many health advantages. However, some say it's impossible to determine specific historical diets and that many current items can provide equivalent nutrients. While controversy persists around precise dietary characteristics of past versus present, what we may take from primitive humans is their deep awareness of nature's medicine. Be sure to check out our video where we find out how they survived life-threatening illnesses without access to a healthcare system.